Hello and welcome along to this lesson where we're going to talk about network topology. So we've talked about networks before, and all network topology means is the shape of a network, and we're going to look at three different shapes of networks today. So we've got the bus network, the ring network and the star network. Each network's got its benefits and it's got its drawbacks, so we're going to explore each of them and talk a little bit about how they work and why you might choose them. So let's get to grips with our first one, which is a bus network. Okay, so on these diagrams here, you've got a big circle with an S. That's your server. So the server is the computer that coordinates the whole network. So information starts and goes to the server. So in school we have a server, so you can log in anywhere at school and the server will send the information, your files, to your computer. So that big S is where our information starts and finishes. And the bus network is a little bit like a bus route. So you can think of the bus has to travel along the cables, the red line in this case, to the computers, which are the little circles, also known as nodes on the network. Now, let's imagine that this computer here, right at the end of our bus network, needs some information. The information has got to travel out to from the server all the way along the cable to here. Fine, it can get there, no problem. Then if it wants to send information back, it's going to come right back along, all the way back to our server. Fine, you think, not a problem. Well, what about if this computer would like some information from the server, but this computer wants to send some back? We could have data collisions. So we could have actually information trying to travel in both directions, and you get data collisions. Well, that's a bit of a problem, because then you can have data gets corrupted and then the right data doesn't get sent to and from the computers, or you have to have slow transmission of data, so data doesn't travel very quickly because you've got a conflict of which way they're going to go. So why would you choose a bus network? Well, it's pretty cheap and it's pretty simple. So if you're on a budget, if you haven't got a lot of money, or if you want to keep it nice and simple and you haven't got that many computers on your network, it might work perfectly for you. But as we've said, you can have data collisions, which means it might be quite slow. And if this cable breaks, then all these other computers get cut off. So we can imagine this cable got broken here. These three computers are cut off our network. Okay, so a break can cause a real problem on a bus network. Let's have a look at our second kind of network. So our second network is a ring network. And the idea of this is that all the computers are connected in one loop. The network doesn't have to be circular in shape, but that's the easiest way to imagine it. So we've got our server here, and all data has to travel in the same direction. So we can imagine on ours, all the data is going to travel clockwise. Now, the benefit of this is you have no problems with data collision. You've got no data traveling in the opposite direction. So all data is going to go this way, which is great. No data collisions. So we're not going to have the problems with data corruption that we talked about on the bus network. But what if this computer wants some data? Well, it's the last one on our network, so the information is going to go all the way around, past all the other computers, all the way around to reach its destination. So for some computers, it's slower than others. So for this computer, great, I'm right next to the server, my information gets to me really fast. But if I want to send information back to the server, it's got to go past all these other computers, all the way back round. So it can be quite slow in speed, particularly if you've got a lot of machines on your ring network. Another major problem is any break anywhere. So if I had a break here, if that wire is snapped, it's cut, whatever, it stops working. Now information can't get all the way around and it can't get sent back. So my network stops working for everybody. Okay, this would be a better option if you had more computers. So our bus network really okay for a few computers. If you've got more than that, if you've got a room full, let's say, you could maybe have a ring network. Okay. Now, this is again slightly more complex than our bus, but slightly simpler than our third network. Let's have a look at that now. So our third network is the star network. And the idea with the star network is every computer has got its own individual link to the server. So I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, my 5 computers, and they've all got a link to the server, so information can go to a computer down their link and from a computer back to the server. And they all have their own independent cable, their own independent link, which means if I have a break here, well, all my other computers work still. So brilliant. This is the best solution, right? It's nice and quick. They've all got their own independent link. You can break one cable and all the others will carry on working. What's the catch? Well, it's expensive and it's complicated. It's great for all the reasons I've just said, but actually it's going to cost a lot of money to set up. It's going to be tricky to get right. And if you've got a large number of computers, it's ideal for high speed, but actually it's going to be really complicating all those cables back to the server. So it's one that some companies will choose to take because of its advantages of being nice and fast and nice and reliable, but it does come with an expense and a difficulty. Okay, so those are our 3 kinds. We've had the bus, the ring, and the star. So bus, like a bus route. Ring, shaped like a ring. Star, looks a bit like a star. Okay, but all of them have a server. All of them take computer information to computers to and from the server. Okay, so what I would like you to do is we're looking at how the data is transmitted over a network. I would like you to, bronze, name the 3 network types. Okay, so just write down the 3 network types. You might even give them a quick description. Silver, create a diagram of each network topology. So show me what shape it is. Please label your nodes. Please label your server. You might want to label your cables as well. Gold is explain the advantages and disadvantages of each network topology. So what makes a bus network a good thing? What makes it not such a good thing? Same with the ring network, same with the star network. What are the advantages and disadvantages of the different network types? And finally, you suggest where you might find each kind of topology used. So you might want to do a bit of research on that one. So best of luck, guys. Right now I reckon I have just dumped lots of you guys in the pit because you've probably not even heard of network topology before, but I'm sure you've got all the information you'll need to climb back out. Best of luck, and I'll see you soon.